Okay then, so now we've done that little summary, we'll move on to our next inbox, which is the priority inbox. So again, just to remind you where you access these things, if you go up to the top window onto the top right, the settings here, click on quick settings, and then you'll be able to select priority inbox as the fourth option. Now what we're going to do is, rather than just selecting it, I'll actually take you into the options. We'll talk a little bit about customizing this priority inbox. And this will, when you press customize underneath, it will take you into the full options. So if I press customize, you'll start to see a full option screen with all of these tabs across the top. We're using the inbox tab, and really that's the only tab that we'll be using today for this tutorial. If you would like to get out of settings, again, as I said at the beginning, pressing the inbox button will just help you return to normal. So don't worry, there's nothing you can break. You can just return to normal. So to customize our priority inbox, if we go down to priority and then press customize, it'll take us into this window. Now, priority inbox allows you to start to combine different things. So you can, rather than having one ribbon with one criteria, be it starred, important, or unread, you can start to combine those things to make interesting combinations or things that highlight the work you have to do in your inbox or things you have to process in contrast with other things. And so you'll see here there's some options, important and unread, and you can kind of select which ones you want and don't want. I will also add drafts, and I think I'll turn everything else. So the way this works is that these labels you'll see is they are new areas for the top of your inbox, and then everything else is the rest of your emails. And you can choose how much you want, how many items you want there to be remaining at the bottom. In terms of other options here, again, I've explained the reading pane. We're not going to be using that really. Importance markers, used mostly, I would leave this alone. Overriding filters, again, you don't really want to override filters until you've really learned and you're comfortable using filters yourself. So if you make any changes, you can press the Save Changes button here. I haven't at the moment, so I'll leave it to it, but or you can press Cancel and go back to your inbox. Okay, so now you can start to see my inbox looks a little different. Instead of just having the one, whether it be important, unread, or starred at the top, I've got now a couple of different layers to my inbox. So I've got important and unread. So this is something that either I or Gmail has recognized as important, but also I haven't read. So you can appreciate that could be brought to the top. Then I've got things that are starred that I might have read or not read, that have been starred and selected by me as being starred. And to remind you, starring is something that you do. Importance is something that can be done by both you and recognized by Google. Interestingly, we have also drafts here. If you're the sort of individual that once you draft an email, you might want to mull it over or think about it, or you might want to delay in sending it, this is an area where you can keep those drafts and keep them in your view, rather than have them buried on the menu on the left as a number. You can actually see which emails you've drafted out. And then, like I said, everything else is listed beneath that. So this is the priority inbox. What we'll do is we'll have a little bit of a summary. Remember, you access it through the quick options, and then you can prioritize it using customize. You can customize it using the customize button. Let's have some summative questions on this one, and we'll move on to the next. Okay, great. So now we're going to move on to our what's called the default inbox, which I don't necessarily think is the most simple. So we're kind of moving through in order of complexity. And I'll show you it as it's set up, and then we'll talk about how to customize it as you move through. So again, going up to our options on the top right, quick settings, and scroll down, and I'll turn on my default inbox. Now, one thing you'll notice is that all of a sudden I have a few less emails. The ones you notice might be missing now. Every inbox we've talked about so far has tried to keep everything in front of you. What this starts to do is actually bury some of your emails behind tabs for reasons of importance. And again, this is driven by Google recognizing what you do, your behaviors, also behaviors of other people who use Gmail, and about what they're recognizing as useful. And so you'll start to see that I've got my primary inbox, which for things that are just coming into my inbox. But I also have a social inbox, a promotions inbox, an updates inbox, and a forums inbox. You can turn these on and off in the customization I'll show you in a second. And what you're able to do is you're able to decide where to initially decide where to put these. So for that social media update, if I would like to move it into my social inbox, I can select it by right-clicking it and then label as social.